Welcome to the President's Diary, where we take a look at His Excellency Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali's week of activities. His Excellency said it is imperative that new investments in the country conform to international standards. The head of state was speaking at the commissioning of the Malawi, Geico's new addition to their dredge fleet at Nimes on the west bank of Demerara. President Ali emphasized that focus should be placed on not only building international capacity but also satisfying local demand. This, he said, requires certification, standards, and an understanding of the rules.
The days of doing an operation and trying to avoid taxes and avoid declarations are far, far, far over. If you really want to build an international company, these are not things that you should shy away from. These are not conversations we have to shy away from. The new world requires every company, every government to operate within these frameworks. And that is why it is critical that every company understand that operating in this framework is not a choice. Operating this framework is a fundamental imperative for your own growth and your own capacity building.
The President pointed to the significance of the investment by Geico. The head of state also noted the integral linkages that will be made and the benefits to transport and logistics given that the river has a one-way channel.
And these investments that are coming on stream allows us to build our machining, our fabrication, our marine industry to another level. In building it to another level, we have to decide, do we want now to be the center of the growth of the marine industry? And if we want to be the center of the growth of the marine industry, what are the list of services that we must be able to provide? The entire Caribbean is filled with rich yachters or yachties, lots of yachts coming in. All of those yachts require servicing, they require parts, they require docking from time to time. We're outside of the hurricane belt. We can develop a state-of-the-art fabrication and machining capacity and capability in this country. And we suddenly can emerge as a servicing hub for the yachting industry in the region.
The President announced the addition of a second docking facility in the region by the end of the year. This facility, he said, will add capacity and address the existing challenges faced by the increase in supply boats and vessels which require such services. Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation Hugh Todd, Minister of Labour Joseph Hamilton, Minister within the Ministry of Public Works Deodat Indar, Indian High Commissioner Dr. K.J. Srinivasa and other officials were also in attendance. President Ali was ringside last Sunday evening at the Road to Redemption boxing event held at the Guyana National Stadium in Providence. Before the fights began, President Ali mingled and interacted with fans and spectators gathered at the venue. Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation Hugh Todd, Minister of Culture, Youth and Sport Charles Ramson, Minister of Labour Joseph Hamilton, members of the diplomatic community and other government officials joined the head of state at the matches. His Excellency was treated to a medley of local tunes by the Guyana Police Force Band on Monday morning at State House to commemorate his birthday. President Ali expressed his gratitude for the performance and warm sentiments extended to him. The President used the opportunity to reiterate his commitment to improving the lives of every Guyanese.
I pray that God continue to be merciful and have, bless all of you and your families, keep you in good health, and keep our country by extension in good health, bring us together and unite us as a family, a Guyanese family that would not only be good for the country, but that would be able to strengthen each and every Guyanese to look out for each other, and that is my greatest wish.
President Ali was also presented with a token from the Permanent Secretary of the Office of the President, Ms. Sabina Moore, and a portrait by local artist Randy Bentic on behalf of the Guyana Police Force. The President arrived in London on Tuesday for the prestigious Caribbean Council's House of Lords reception and the Guyana Investment Seminar. The head of state was received by Lady Scott, representative of His Royal Highness Prince Charles. En route to London, President Ali's flight made a brief stop in Barbados, where he was welcomed by Prime Minister Mia Mottley. While in London, the President met with His Royal Highness Prince Charles, UK's Prime Minister Boris Johnson, the Guyanese diaspora, and other groups. President Ali on Tuesday spoke about Guyana's potential and opportunities while delivering the feature address at the Guyana Investment Seminar at Carlton House in London, England. The event was organized by the Caribbean Council, a trade and investment membership organization that supports responsible and sustainable private sector-led investment and development in the Caribbean and Central America. President Ali said the people of Guyana are central in his administration's transformational agenda.
The overall development agenda is to see prosperity for every single Guyanese citizen. It's to see every single Guyanese citizen having the best possible access to important services like housing, health, education. It is to see the next generation of Guyanese wanting to be part of the development of the country. It is to see women and youths engaged in the development trajectory of the country. It is to see women and youths and students playing a key role in the formulation of policies and programs that will affect their future and their lives. So fundamental to the transformation of our country is the concept of people transformation.
The head of state said the government is embarking on a journey that will see the improvement of disposable income of households. This, he noted, will be achieved by having more persons from within households engaged in economic activities that derive income. Guyana's Development President Ali told the forum is aimed at creating a broad platform for the future.
A platform in which we are going to strengthen traditional sectors, make them more competitive. We're going to go after new sectors, ICT, huge area. We are now working on a program in which we want to see every single student coming out of primary school having training at least in elementary coding. So in the primary education system, we're going to introduce elementary coding as part of their training. And secondary students graduating must have not only basic, but foundational training in software development.
Dr. Ali said government is ensuring that the human resources of the country are adequately trained to take advantage of future opportunities that will become available.
ICT is one of the new pillars that we want the economy to stand on. Then health. We want Guyana to become a hub for health services. It must be a foreign currency earner. We have a huge diaspora that is 5 hours away from us. US and Canada, and Miami. They go to India for medical services, or sometimes for dental services you can't afford it. So we want to create a health sector that is world-class.
His Excellency highlighted his vision of Guyana's dynamic future at the Caribbean Council's House of Lords annual reception on Wednesday in London. During his address, the President emphasized Guyana's rapid growth and the systems in place to create new opportunities as well as bolster traditional sectors as the country builds a vibrant, multifaceted economy.
What will take place in this country is really mind-blowing. You're talking about per capita GDP that will increase to maybe moving from 6,000 3 years ago to going closer to $30,000. So that can give you an understanding. You're talking about revenue moving from $4 billion to $10 billion in the not near future, in the immediate future. And this must do something different for us. So what we are trying to do with the revenue is transform the infrastructure landscape, open up new opportunities for the people, invest in ICT, invest in community forest organizations, invest in tourism, in the hospitality industry. You already have 6 new hotels coming on stream. We're training 20,000 Guyanese in different fields, 6,000 in the hospitality sector, ensuring that we build the foundation for the new economy.
To achieve this, President Ali said the educational framework has to be transformed. In this regard, the administration is moving ahead with ensuring that at the primary level, each child receives training in coding, while at the secondary level, training in advanced software development.
This is the new Guyana that we're talking about, transitioning the human resources to build a new economy, the knowledge economy. We have more than 3 new state-of-the-art private hospitals that people are going to invest in. We have a new hospital we're working with now with the Austrian government for children and maternity hospital, but that is not for Guyana. It is to create a regional hub to give the best in service in this area. So this is what is going to help us. We're working on the development of the hemp industry, not the growing of hemp, but the hemp industry, where we'll have the processing and the technology behind the hemp industry located in Guyana.
Further, President Ali told the gathering that his government is already working with ExxonMobil to address the training needs of the population, an investment of $20 million by the oil company for the first phase. Persons will undergo training at the National Training Center.
So what we have found from the oil and gas sector is that, listen, this thing really gives us a great opportunity to have well-trained people in areas of fabrication, welding, specialized welding. So this opens up Guyana now to be the machining and fabrication hub of the region. Because when you have all this investment coming in these areas, you can't only think oil and gas. You now have the ability, through capacity, to service all the other sectors, including the marine sector. And this now opens up new opportunity for us. We have 2 new shore bases on the construction in Guyana that will create a whole new wave of development. And this is not happening in one location. It is happening across the country.
The event, which attracted scores of professionals who are active in politics and business, included UK politicians, UK and Caribbean business leaders, other international investors, NGOs and members of the Caribbean community in the United Kingdom. Minister of Tourism, Industry and Commerce Onich Walron, CEO of Go Invest Dr. Peter Ramsarup, and Director of Projects at the Office of the President Marcia Nadir Sharma were also in attendance. During an interview with British media outlet Sky News, President Ali called for a meaningful apology from the United Kingdom for its role in the transatlantic slave trade, which he said was one of the greatest atrocities in human history.
A royal tour intended to promote the Platinum Jubilee. But for some, it served as a reminder of a painful colonial past. And as far as the President of Guyana is concerned, it's time to say sorry.
I think an apology is needed. This was one of the greatest atrocities in human history. And those who suffered in this atrocity are persons from the region, a lot of persons from the Caribbean region. And that suffering was not only immense, it was generational. And a lot of wealth was derived from the suffering, a lot of benefits was derived from the suffering. It is not cutting links, it is renewing yourself on this new path that understands the history, but are saying now, listen, we are on our own path, and in this path we are equals, and we are going to strengthen our relationship with you, but this is the way we're going to advance.
This has been the President's Diary, where we took a look at His Excellency Dr. Mohammed Irfan Ali's week of activities. Thank you for watching, and do join us again next week.